The movie starts with the train track, and immediately, we are shown the time of 1968, when Paul had made a Skyview restaurant to surprise Iris. Iris gets very excited, and for the commercial of this restaurant, a picture is also taken of Iris and Paul with this tower site. And finally, these people come inside the restaurant. The restaurant's floor was made of glass, everything was visible from below, and there was a live kitchen in the very center of the restaurant. People were partying here, and then Iris places a rose in Paul's pocket. Her finger starts bleeding because of the pricking of the thorn on it, which makes her vomit. Seeing this, the singer who came to the restaurant understood that Iris is pregnant. But when she asked Iris, Iris herself was just finding out from her words. But still, Iris was very happy. Here she also sees that singer's son, and she felt attracted to this child for no reason. Anyway, she went to Paul and he brought her to the top view terrace, where he proposes to Iris for marriage. Iris gets excited and accepts his proposal, and also gives her the good news that she is pregnant. And with this, Paul was also very happy. Here Iris notices that the singer's son is sitting here and that naughty child throws his coin from top to bottom. The coin is shown to us that instead of falling on the ground, it went inside due to the vacuum pressure of the AC outdoor. When all these people came to the party, when all these people were dancing, it was shown that the restaurant floor was starting to move. The coin also started to move inside the AC duct from the fan. And suddenly the floor inside the restaurant broke. All the people fell down. Paul had a piece of glass to save himself, which was hurting his hands, but he still couldn't save himself and fell down and was killed, while Iris was standing on the support this time, so she was able to save herself. The coin that was flying inside this duct, it comes out from there and goes to another place and leaks from the gas pipe, due to which there is a fire in the live kitchen restaurant above, due to which the singer is also killed, and Iris hides under the piano to save herself. To save herself, Iris came to the lift, which was completely full. Before the lift could go down, a man comes under the lift and gets crushed. The lift gets damaged like this, and all the people inside the lift are also killed. When she went back up, half of the restaurant was also attaching on one side, inside which people were saving their lives. Only a piano had made the balance of this whole part. The coin that was spinning in the duct came and fell on this piano. The balance broke, and this part of the restaurant also fell down, and the people present in it were also killed. Iris was also shown a son of the singer, whom she caught. She wanted to save him and take him safely, but the ground below him also broke. To save herself, she put the ring in the middle of two strings, but then her hand peeled off, and the ring came off. And like this, Iris and that child also fell down and were killed. And here a girl suddenly screamed, and we found out that what we saw was the hallucinations of a girl named Stephanie. She was sitting in her class at this time, and because of her screaming, her class gets spoiled. When her professor asked her about this, Stephanie told her that I keep getting such hallucinations and scary visions. Even at night, she woke up screaming after seeing this scary dream. And then her roommate advised her that you should go and talk to your family about this. She came to her house, met her dad, met her good brother with whom she had a very good bonding, and they both went to their uncle's house, who was their mother's brother. They had a lot of attachment with their cousins. Everyone was enjoying here that Iris asks her uncle about her grandmother Iris. That is, Iris, whom we saw in Stephanie's visions, was her grandmother. Her uncle gets angry at Stephanie after hearing her mother's name and tells her that your grandmother has died for us. She has gone mad. She left us and started living on an island, after which she never came to meet us. Because of this, your mother's mental condition also deteriorated, and she also left us. Her uncle left her after listening to her, but her aunt helped her and gave her the letters sent by Iris, her address, and some things of Iris. Among these things, There was also a picture that Paul and Iris had made in front of the Skyview restaurant. Seeing this, Stephanie was very shocked. This picture, this restaurant, all this came in her vision. Now to meet Stephanie and Iris, they went to that desolate, deserted island, where there was a house, but the condition of this house was very bad. In her vision, Stephanie introduced herself, so Iris called her inside the house. Iris was also very excited to see Stephanie. She asks Stephanie about her mother, so Stephanie tells her that our mother had left us in childhood. Here, Stephanie tells Iris the main thing that I saw you and Grandpa in front of the Skyview restaurant. And that restaurant was being destroyed. You were dying. I have this scary dream. This vision comes to me every day and night. Here Iris tells her that the visions that come to you, all those visions came to me too. And because of those visions, I was able to save that big incident that was going to happen that day. That day, I had taken that coin from that child's hand, because of which the whole incident had happened. And then the floor of the restaurant that was broken, I already knew that. That's why I went and announced in the mic that the floor is going to break. Because of this, people left there earlier, and in this way, many people were saved from death. Stephanie is surprised and asks, "Did you save everyone's life that day?" So Iris says yes. That day I saved everyone's life by deceiving death. But death did not leave those people behind. Death started playing games with those people who were saved in that incident. Death started looking for those people and killing them. Not only those people, but even if they had children, death was killing them too. And if some of the people present there were saved from death, and whose children were born after that incident, death started killing them too. Because if those people had died in this incident, their children would not have been born. Death was killing people one after the other when it was killing the people of that incident. Then I realized these things. Death also took Paul into the mouth of cancer and killed him. And then I realized that next time it is mine. To deceive death, I came here and hid. If I die, then death will kill your mother, her brother, her children, and even you and your brother. But as long as I am alive, nothing will happen to you all. Stephanie asks, "So why am I getting these veins?" So Iris said, "Because now death is behind us." Hearing this, Stephanie was very scared. Then Iris gave her a book in which the death of the people who survived that incident, how it happened later, their stories were written, and also the ways by which death can be deceived. Stephanie found these things nonsense. She did not take this book. And Iris said that I will come to meet you again. Saying this, she went out. Iris, who had not come out of this cabin for years, decided to come in front of death to save her children, and came out and gave that book to Stephanie. She said that death will come after you now, and to save yourself from it, you will have to use this book. Stephanie did not believe her words, so Iris said, "Now see my death." Here we saw that gas leaked from one place. One thing was disturbed by the gas leak, then the other. And in the same way, something came into Iris's mouth and stabbed her from behind, and Iris died there. Now Stephanie began to believe Iris's words. 2 days later, Iris's funeral was held, on which Stephanie's mother also came. She was telling Stephanie that if there will be a next death, it will be of Stephanie's mother. To save her mother, she began to read the book given by Iris, in which Iris had also hidden that coin, because of which she had saved the incident that day. Understanding everything, Stephanie now calls her family so that they can alert them, but no one was receiving her call. Here it is shown that Stephanie's entire family was partying. Here in the party, it is shown that the game of death had begun. A glass broke here, and a piece of glass fell into the pieces of ice. Everyone was taking ice from here. This piece of ice went into Stephanie's uncle's glass, and he took the glass and put it aside. Also, all the other things present here also changed their place little by little, as if everything is happening according to a plan. The glass falls from Stephanie's uncle's hand, and a piece of glass gets stabbed in his feet. Because of the pain, he falls there. because of his fall, the vibration that occurs in the ground here falls on a machine that cuts grass. The machine starts and suddenly climbs on Stephanie's uncle's face and kills him by crashing his whole face. With this terrible death, everyone was very scared. Stephanie was very scared. Now she explains to the whole family that how death has fallen behind them. She says that even after saving the tower that day, death began to target all those who survived in the tower. Death completely killed them and their family, and now only their family and the family of another boy were alive. Stephanie tells them that first I met Iris, then her eldest son. In this way, after the death of her uncle, it is the turn of her son. And here, when my mom dies, then I will die. Everyone listened to Stephanie, but no one believed her. Even her uncle's children, her cousins, were upset with her that she was making fun of her dad's death. There was only one person here who believed Stephanie. That was Stephanie's mom. But Stephanie was not talking to her mom well. Here we are, shown the eldest son of the uncle in his piercing shop. He finishes his work and closes his shop. And in his dad's memory, he makes a tattoo of his dad on his hand. At this time, he was wearing a pin in his nose. Here, the focus is on the piercing of his nose, and suddenly a fan is turned on above, with which there was a magnetic chain that gets stuck with the piercing of his nose. As soon as the fan started, the chain also turned and the boy also started turning. There was a lot of kerosene below, in which his lighter caught fire. He gets himself out of that chain, but falls into the fire below. We see that there was a lot of fire in the shop as well. As soon as Stephanie finds out that there was a fire in her shop, as soon as morning comes, he decides to go to her shop. But he comes in front of her car and stops her. It was surprising that she did not get any injury other than her arm. They are talking in their memory that a high-speed truck comes here and takes her around, but no one hurts her. Seeing this, he says to Stephanie, "See, I told you that nothing will happen to me." Here, Stephanie felt that her words were nonsense. Instead of paying attention to her words, she was paying attention to the things on the road, that what all things can harm her. A garbage truck passes from here, so Stephanie tells her to stay away from it. But he goes and falls in love with her, and really nothing happens to her. Now the boy says to Stephanie, "See, I told you that you are thinking too much." The other sister of that boy also goes for a walk, and then suddenly, her foot hits a ball. Because of this, she goes inside the garbage basket, and the car drivers quickly put the trash in their car. All this happened. The three of them also saw it. The three of them go and try to stop the car quickly. Stephanie, without caring for her life, climbs on top of the car to save her, but it was shown that the garbage was being crushed inside, and in this machine, the girl's body was also broken into pieces. Only her hand was left in Stephanie's hand, and she died. Everyone was very depressed because of her death. Stephanie's brother says to Stephanie, "You were fine." But at this time, Stephanie did not believe his theory, because he felt that the girl who died, her elder brother, should have died. Then his aunt came and revealed a big truth that actually that boy was not the real son of Stephanie's uncle. Because of this, she did not die, but her sister died, who was the elder daughter of her uncle. And listening to this, Stephanie was shocked. Everyone with Stephanie, because everyone started believing Stephanie. The girl who died, her younger brother says to Stephanie, "No, this time it's my turn. Stephanie, I don't want to die. Will you help me? Will you?" Stephanie says, "I want to save, but I don't know what's going to happen next." Then her brother says to her, "Look, you had already figured out what was going to happen. You will understand." Stephanie remembers that Iris told her about a girl who had survived that day. He was still working in a hospital that day. He was alive, and he had also tricked death. He knew how to trick death, so these people decide to go to him. Here, when all these people come and call his name JD, he gets surprised. He was only called Iris by this name. These people ask him, "How do you know Iris?" "When the tower incident happened, I was there. I was the singer's son." Knowing this, Stephanie also remembered that Saravian and she also recognized him. This man also tells that Iris had come to meet him many years ago because she wanted to trick death for her husband. But after a lot of effort, these people could not save her life. Stephanie asks, "Are there any such people who can save us from death?" But not like this. Death first won. Death first hunted them and they died. But after a while they were revived by doctors or someone's efforts. And after that, death did not follow them. Stephanie says to him, "Please, you can help us in this work. You help us." But the man says no. We all have to die. We can't run away from death. That is our final destination. Before that, we should enjoy our remaining moments. When all these people were very sad, then one of them gets an idea that he will feed his brother who is going to die. Because he was allergic to peanuts, so he could die after eating peanuts. But his plan was that as soon as he died, he would give him anti-allergic and medical services to make him alive. But as soon as he came to the vending machine did not work. He was in a hurry. He tried to take out the peanuts, but the screw of the machine got loose. Then they came to a room to hide. He says to his brother, "Wait here, I will get you an anti-allergic." He closes the door, and some buttons turn on, an MRI machine also. After some time, he comes back with an injected and wheelchair. He tells him to eat the peanuts before they could fulfill their plan. Here, MRI machine turns on. Because of his high magnetic rays, he started pulling all the metal things towards him. Stephanie's elder cousin, who had pierced her whole body, that machine along with the wheelchair, also started pulling her inside. And he goes inside strangely. He can't even save himself. The wheelchair also breaks due to the magnetic rays, and he dies there. His younger brother, who had eaten the peanuts, was also in a lot of pain. To save himself, he injected the injection which made him better. But then the spring came out from the vending machine which they had opened, and finally the spring touched the boy who had eaten chocolate to trick death and made himself anti-allergic. And he also died. Because of their death, everyone is very sad. Stephanie tells her mom that now it's your turn. "I think you should stay in the house where Iris's mom used to live, because she also lived there for a long time." And then we see that the book in Stephanie's hand falls down, which an old lady picks up and puts in her purse. Stephanie quickly goes to her grandmother's house and asks her mom to go inside. Her mom was very worried about her two children. So Stephanie said, "Mom, as long as you are alive, nothing can happen to us." Saying this, she sent her mom to her grandmother's house. The house was already on fire and there was also a spark, although Stephanie's mom also smelled it, but she ignored it and went inside. And because of the gas and spark, there was a big blast due to which Stephanie's car also fell into the water and she started suffering in the water. Inside, Stephanie's mom was burned in this explosion, and Stephanie's brother, who was standing outside the house, fell down. His mom came and saved him, and this tower fell on his mom, and she died. This boy found out that now it's Stephanie's turn to die. To save Stephanie, he quickly jumps into the water, and when he saves her and brings her outside, he sees that Stephanie had already died. He gives her CPR, which saves her life once more. She comes back to life, and these people are happy for this because Stephanie came back to life and accepted death. Now they can fool death. These two were happy that both of them were saved, but they were very sad because of their mom's death and everyone else's death. We were shown a scene after a while where their life had become normal. Today was the graduation party of Charlie, Stephanie's younger brother. Everyone was getting ready to go there. Stephanie was very happy when she sees a flower. A thorn stuck in the flower gets stuck in her hand, and blood comes out of her hand, just like blood came out of Iris's hand at the start of the movie. After seeing this, Stephanie understands that the game of death is going to start again. The scene got cut. On the other side, we were shown the coin that Iris saved that day. and the old lady who had it. As soon as the old lady opens her wallet, the coin falls out of her wallet and falls on the train tracks that were shown at the start of the movie. This coin stops in the middle of the train junction, because of which the train track could have been damaged. After the scene got cut, we see Stephanie and her brother again, where their neighbor doctor came to them. He was a friend of Stephanie's brother. He tells Stephanie that your brother has told me about you. I am very impressed with you. You are very lucky that you are alive today. The doctor says no, you were not alive when you died. If a person breathes for 5 minutes, he is considered dead, but you started breathing only after 2 minutes. This condition can be called unconsciousness and not death. Hearing this, Stephanie and her brother are shocked. Stephanie saw the things around her. She started seeing her death in everything, but her death was not like that. The train that got off from that factory was not able to slow down. To save herself, Stephanie and her brother ran away. The train finally stopped, but they could not survive because some pieces of wood flew from behind the train and stabbed their bodies. Finally, both of them died. With this final destination movie ended with a lesson that we cannot escape death, and one day, everyone has to die.